Mattia, why do you always have to pick controversial topic?
I don't pick controversial topics, it's all subjective.
Dior Homme Parfum is a masterpiece. You know nothing about perfume.
Just because 99% of people likes Dior Homme Parfum, that doesn't mean I have to. I suppose I should join the crew of people saying as well that Aventus is some worth the hype.
Get away from me.
A sign of what I expect from this video. Yes, I sold Dior Homme Parfum and I'm here just to talk about the reasons why and discuss them and let you know, and I'm actually curious as to how much of a minority I'm in here. So guys, do us a favour, right? Like the video if you don't like Dior Homme Parfum, and dislike the video if you do like Dior Homme Parfum. I'm expecting this to be the most disliked video on YouTube. No, but what I'm saying is the amount of people that love this fragrance is crazy, and I don't actually think I've ever heard of anyone saying they don't like it. So I'm expecting a bit of backlash from this, but look, be nice guys, this is all subjective. Just listen to what I have to say and let me know your thoughts in the comment section, but be friendly. So as I said, I know Dior Homme Parfum is loved by the majority of people, and I'm definitely in the minority here. And just know that this isn't a dig at your taste. We all have different taste, but I'm intrigued to know as well guys, is there any particular fragrance that everyone seems to love but you don't love? I'm curious to know. You might let me know down in the comment section. But it's funny actually, because the reasons that I'm about to lay out here is probably the reasons that all of you love the fragrance. So let's get straight into number 5 here. So number 5 is the projection, okay? So I've worn this on a number of nights out, different nights, different occasions, and I didn't like the projection of it. So I'd walk into the room and I'd feel like I'd fill the room, and that's not really how I like to wear fragrance. I like someone to see me before they smell me. I kind of felt like that cologne guy. Do you know that cologne guy that wears too much cologne? Obviously this isn't a cologne, it's typical cologne scent, Dior Homme Parfum, but that's the way I felt, and I didn't like the feeling when I wore this. I just found the projection to be way too much, and I know that a lot of people don't get that, but off my skin it was bouncing off it really far, and I just don't really enjoy that sort of projection. I don't like filling a room. So yeah, as I said, I prefer people to see me before they smell me, and the projection on this was just too much for me, so that was one of the reasons that I sold it. So the next one then guys, number 4, is the longevity. Now this is probably the highest on the list as to the reasons that I sold the fragrance. As I said, I mainly wore this on nights out, so I'd put it on before I go out on the beer. I'd be drinking, socialising, all that jazz. And I'm Irish guys, so most of the time I'd have maybe 1 or 2 drinks over than what I should have. So I'd wake up hungover the following morning and I'd still smell the Dior Homme Parfum coming off my skin. It could be 16, 18 hours later. Like, the longevity of this is insane. I can't believe how good it is. Like, it's so potent, the juice, and the longevity lasts that long. Like, and really, if you wanted, you could put like 3 to 4 sprays on and I guarantee it lasts 24 hours. That's how good of a performer this is. And I know lots of people love good longevity, but not me. I like my fragrance to last about 10 hours, and after that I like it to go away. You know, like when you put on a fragrance, personally anyway, when I put on a fragrance, I want to smell nice for the occasion that I'm going to, but when I come back then I don't want that to be still lingering there. And I'll go on to it in another point, but I didn't really enjoy the scent that much. So yeah, the longevity as well really didn't do it for me. So that's another reason guys, the longevity. And I know a lot of you probably hype this up because of the longevity, but for me personally, it's not really something that I enjoyed about it. So number 3 is the lack of versatility. So as I mentioned already, I wore this on nights out mainly, so I'd wear it to black tie events as well. The odd 1 or 2 I was at with Dior Homme Parfum wearing. I attempted to wear it casually to work and stuff, and it just didn't work. It is a very occasion specific fragrance, and that's okay. Like, I have lots of fragrances in my collection that are occasion specific. For example, Roja Parfums Enigma, I would only wear that to a wedding or, you know, some kind of nice fancy event. I would wear it on night out the odd time too, but it's not something that you'd wear casually. It's very expensive, very classy, kind of a elegant upscale scent, and that's okay. And people consider Dior Homme Parfum to be similar kind of to that, for it to be an occasion specific scent, but it's just another reason for me to be able to get rid of it, because I have other fragrances for occasions like that that perform enough for me that I'll never reach for Dior Homme Parfum over it. And that's another reason that I was happy to get rid of it, because it's just not versatile. Plus, when I wore it, it didn't really work for me as I wanted. So that's number 3, guys, is the lack of versatility. So number 2 then, guys, is the scent profile. Now this is another reason that I was happy to sell this, and just let me explain. I understand that you might like this scent, and from the way people describe it, I would like it too, but it just didn't perform on me as if it seemed to on everybody else. I just can't understand how other people describe the fragrance, to be honest. For some reason you're unaware the main notes in it are leather, iris, oud, rose and sandalwood. They're the main notes, right? But it's mainly known for the iris leather accord that it gives off. So on my skin, what did I get? I got the iris and the rose and a bit of sandalwood. That's mainly all I could get off my skin. So if I didn't get any of the leather, I didn't get any of the oud. So people do refer to this fragrance as if it's a masculine, an ultra masculine fragrance, a classy masculine fragrance. Not for me. I completely felt feminine wearing this fragrance. It was also very powdery, and the sandalwood obviously would have made it a bit powdery. The bit of creaminess there from the sandalwood probably made it powdery, obviously, along with the iris and the rose. So the combination of all of those, in a nutshell, if I wanted to describe how Dior Homme Parfum smelt off me in 2 words, it would be Turkish delight. So that's how it smelt off me. It was like a Turkish delight bar chocolate. Not even the chocolate part, just the Turkish part. Like, for me, that really wasn't what I wanted to smell like. It was just a bit too feminine for me, and I didn't understand why people are describing it as a masculine fragrance, because it just didn't come across that way on me. And guys, then the final reason I sold the fragrance was because someone asked me to sell it to them, which just made my decision much easier. Obviously, I would have kept it there and probably not put it up for sale, but someone followed me on Twitter and asked me if I'd be willing to sell it to them, and I did. And I didn't even sell it at, I sold it at cost price, or probably even less actually, because like the fragrance is discontinued now. I could have made a fortune off it, but this guy wrote to me and he was like, look, I love it and I'd like to buy it off you, and I sold it to him. And if he's watching this video, I hope you're enjoying it, man. But yeah, it just made the decision easier. I wasn't really picking it up. I was regretting it every morning after I wore it. So that's why I sold Dior Homme Parfum, guys. Let me know down in the comment section what you think, and if there's any fragrance that you feel that your taste is actually part of the minority instead of the majority, because I usually have the similar taste to people, but Dior Homme Parfum is just one that I really don't. There's lots of people also, as I referred to in the beginning of the video, dislike Aventus now, and I think it's not worth the hype and all that. Obviously nowadays the batches are different, but the Aventus was a great fragrance, still is, and I love it. But yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks a mil for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Take it handy. See you in the next one. And God bless.